Hey guys, it's Marquita coming back at you from At Home with Quita. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. If you're new here on my channel and this is your first time watching, I really hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel and also liking this video if you like all things planner. So today's video is hopefully highly anticipated. I promised you guys I would do a flip through of my new planner. As most of you know, if you've been watching my channel and following my videos, I did switch over to a neutral planner. So guys, I've already got it set up. I do have a video on my channel which I will link above, and that way you can watch the setup video. And so this video is going to be walking you through how everything looks. I tweaked it a little bit, and so let's go ahead and jump right into this flip through video. Alright, so the first thing you'll notice, of course, is I've got the quilted cover, which I absolutely love. I had it in my stash already. I did used to use it in the past, and so I went ahead and snapped this baby back on, and it works out perfectly with this whole neutral thing. I've got the planner that has the rose gold discs, and then it's got the polka dots with white, rose gold, and then black. It says 2018, of course, you can see that. I also have a video flipping through this planner by itself without anything set up in it, so I'll link that above as well if you'd like to see that. And I did do a previous flip through on my channel if you want to see how my planner used to look, so that way you can see the evolution of where we got to and how we came to this point. So the first thing that you'll see here is I have this pocket page here, which of course is from Happy Planner. I'll link all the details below just in case you want to pick some of this stuff up. And this hasn't changed. I did used to have colorful cards on the back, which I pulled out in my last video, the setup video. And so I've got a little picture of Addison and I here, and then everything else pretty much stays neutral. Again, I did pull the back cards out because they were just too colorful, and I just cut up some cardstock and I put it in here temporarily. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the back here, but I'll figure all that out as time goes along. Next thing you'll see here is I've got a pocket folder here, and this came out. If you again saw my last video, you know exactly where some of this stuff came from. But I did pick up the accessory pack, and it had this as well as some stickers and some other goodies in there. And then inside this pocket, I've just got some date dots and covers and stuff like that that came from the Happy Planner, so I can use that for my wellness planner and then also my budget planner. So that's what I've got there. Nothing here on the back, and then we come to the actual planner, which I tried my best to do some hand lettering at, but as you can see, it was probably a little bit of a fail. But it is my planner, and only I see it for the most part, so I'm okay with how that looks. And then of course you've got your month at a glance. And then what I did here, because on the back of this page was January, and of course I didn't start in January, so I didn't need January's page. It looked exactly like this page here. Just to show you, it was just like this, but I didn't need that for January, and I liked having it there, so I found a piece of cardstock, cut it down to size, glued it on here with hot glue, and then punched it, and so that way everything looks seamless and I don't have to see a page that I don't need, and I could stick something else here without it looking too weird. So that's what I've got there. And then we come to April. I did just do a plan with me video on my channel, which you probably have seen already because I'm filming multiple videos in one day, so sometimes I forget what day it is. But anyways, it's Monday morning. It's actually like 7:30 in the morning. I woke up at 6 o'clock, and y'all know I'm not an early person at all. But I took a nap because I was a little bit tired, and again, I'm coming down from the flu, so I took a nap and I just couldn't sleep, so I got up and I started filming. So that's what we do, right? And so here's my monthly layout. Within my monthly layout, I also keep my monthly reminders. So this is a list of things that I want to make sure I'm constantly remembering to do on a monthly basis. And then we've got the April photo challenge in here as well. I just rewrote it from what Happy Planner had. I didn't necessarily like that color scheme. I am neutral now for the time being, and so I thought the color scheme, it was really pretty, but it just didn't go that well with this whole neutral thing. So that's what we've got here, the monthly layout, then monthly reminders, and then the April photo challenge. And so the next thing we've got is the first week in April, which again, I just told you I did a plan with me. It was actually on this spread. You already saw that, I'm sure, because by the time I post this video, I will have already posted this video. So we've got our weekly pages here. I do use this this Glam Girl hat. Well, what are these called? Dashboards, I guess, but they're kind of like bookmarks, I guess. And then I used the Carpe Diem labels to put calendar here, which I did for all the rest of my tabs as well. They are all the Carpe Diem labels, which I absolutely love. I actually went out and grabbed another pack because I just like them that much. And so that's what we've got there. And then this is just all weekly stuff, but I did want to show you this, these inserts I use to kind of plan out my Vegas trip, and then I have another trip coming up with some friends, and so that's what's in this next week. Other than that, nothing else is planned here. And so next, of course, we've got May. I love the divider pages. They're super chic, and I just love how they look and how simple they are. So we've got May and then June. So I keep 3 months in here at a time. I used to only keep a month, and then I would keep the monthly only for the other months. But it's working out fine. I can close it just fine, and it's not too bulky, so I'm okay with it. So the next thing we come to is my goals section. So if you can see here, I have top tabs, and then I have side dividers. And so some of my subjects are goals, home, budget, to do, and this and that. And so so there's certain subjects that are within each top tab, and then certain things are on each side tab. So I'll kind of go through that as well. So the next section again is my goals section, and within my goals section we've got all of this. So these to me are considered goals. So I have my faith and Bible study goals, I guess you can say, my personal goals, my business goals, and then this is my April faith planner. And so to me, all of that is considered goals. Oh, I've also got wellness or fitness. And so that's all in my goals section. So we'll go through each one by one. So the first one is faith, because to me that is the most important. You've got to feed your faith, and of course everything else kind of falls into place. So again, I did the same thing I did with the other page. I glued this piece of cardstock on the top. So I just did the same thing that I did before. I covered this page up because I just wanted everything to look cohesive. And then the first thing we've got here is a weekly Bible study schedule. So this is my schedule for the week in terms of getting all of my Bible study done daily. And so it's by letter, so it says A, B, C through I, and then the days of the weeks here show what letter corresponds with that day, and then you'll look here to see exactly what that is. It tells you the duration of time you should be doing it, and then also the frequency, and then the result here. So I love this. And then the next thing I have is 7 steps to beneficial Bible reading. I love this, and it says it's like step 1 is to read for the right reasons. Step 2 is to select a reliable translation. Step 3 is to pray. Step 4 is to read daily. 5 is to vary your approach. For instance, following a character. So kind of switching things up, or you can do a topic study, or you can read aloud. So just kind of switching it up and keeping it fresh. And then step 6 is to meditate. Step 7 is to get help to understand if you cannot understand what you're reading. Next thing is my Bible reading schedule, which is different from what I showed you with my studies. Well, it's not different because this schedule does include the Bible reading, and so this is how to read the Bible in a year. And so any of the stuff that I have mentioned here, of course, if you guys have questions about it, just leave it in the comments box, and of course I'll respond, and I'll let you know where I got the stuff from. So anyways, I'm actually still on page 1, but it gives you a place to write in the date. Let me get you in the frame. A place to write in the date, and I am going to reprint these because I feel like it's a little clunky being sideways like this. So I think I'm gonna scale it down a little bit and reprint it. So it's got a place for the date, then it's got the chapter, and then it's got a little check marks there, so that way you can check them off as you're doing it. So that is what we've got there. And then we come to my trendsetter inserts, which I use as my faith planner. And so what I do is I put the inserts in here at the beginning of the month. I print out whatever I need to print. This stuff stays in here, but this next stuff is going to be like on a monthly basis. So I'll go ahead and pull it from my actual faith planner, and I'll put it in here based on the month. And then this is where I write in my daily scripture. And so I've already marked off the first 7 days. So I actually need to write in Sunday, because today's Monday. So this is where I write that in. You guys have probably seen that on my Instagram. I love doing it. It helps it to stick in my mind, helps me to meditate on it, and just kind of make sure it seeps into my mind and my heart. And so that's what I do here. And then next we have, I don't really use the back side of this. Sometimes I might, just to write in some spiritual goals and stuff, but for the most part I don't. And then this is old, but this is where I put in like all of my printables, which you guys have seen on my shop. I have I think 11 pages of Bible study printables, which are super awesome. And so this is where I would stick those in. So I'll do like a personal study, a character study, you know, all different types of studies. And then any magazines I'm reading, I'll put here. I do have a religious meeting on Tuesdays and Sundays. I print out those magazines and I put them here, and I study out of this planner. And then once I'm studied up for that particular magazine, I pull only that out, not the whole month. I put that into my faith planner and I take that to my religious meeting. So for instance, this magazine here, this is a this past Sunday's magazine. And so I told you I had the flu, so I didn't get a chance to study it ahead of time, which is so bad. I should have had it studied anyways, or listened to it or something. But anyways, so it would be snapped in here, and then once I highlight all the answers and everything, then I would pull it out of here and put it in my faith planner, and then that's what I would take with me to my religious meeting. So I have all my notes and everything, so I'm good to go. So nothing is in here so far for April because I've got to print everything out. It's only April 2nd, so I've got to print all my stuff out for the week and then put in the inserts that I want for my shop in here, so that way I'm ready to go. So that is my faith tab. I know a lot of you wanted to see this and you really want more in-depth stuff on my faith planning, but to me, like, my spirituality and certain aspects of it is really personal to me, and so I don't really show that too often, but I did want to show you this section, and maybe in the future sometime I'll show you a few more things in terms of how I faith plan. So that's my faith planning section. Next we have my personal section. Did the same thing that I did with the other two tabs in terms of putting the cardstock on the back, and then we've just got another clear pocket page here, which I have some die cuts in here. And then I also have a photo of me and Addison, and then I have a little journaling card on the front. Stuck a piece of cardstock here, and then on the back we've got more journaling cards. And then this is a questionnaire that I can ask my son when he comes home from school. I can, you know, ask him how his day went, just to kind of liven up the conversation and just really kind of get a sneak peek at to what he has been through at school during that day. And then this is 50 Best Practices for a Well-Designed Life, which I printed and found on Pinterest. And so I really like this out a lot. I think maybe I found it on Pinterest, but it came from the Day Designer website. So I'm really hoping you guys can see this, all of the stuff that I'm showing you. Some stuff you may not be able to see as clearly, but for the most part, I think you guys can see what's on the paper. So anyways, so that's what this is. And then the next thing is 86 lists for the planner obsessed. You all know, some of you know that I love making lists, and so this is enough lists here. If I get bored, I'd like to just write lists. So I did start doing that in my personal section, which you're about to see here. The first list is the things that I want to learn how to do. I want to learn to sew, I want to scrapbook more, I want to learn how to do my project life, memory planning, hand lettering, cake decorating. I want to do some resin crafting and some polymer clay crafting. So I'm constantly adding to this list based on just things that I want to do throughout my life. So I love having this here. And again, I mentioned in my last video, I really kind of want to rewrite all this stuff because I got that pretty gold foil paper and I just want to rewrite everything, but I don't know if I will. We'll see, because these pages are all pink, so sometimes things get a little busy, but I think this might be okay. Maybe this section is okay and I'll rewrite some of the other sections. So next page is books I want to learn, books I want to read. I did join a book club recently with some friends of mine, which didn't quite work out. I'm not a really big book club person, or yeah, it just was just a little bit of a disaster. So, but I do still want to keep a running list here in terms of books that I want to read. And I do have a book that I'm reading now from Dave Ramsey, which I probably should add there. So I'm constantly trying to think of things. It's just that, you know, I don't know. I don't always write them down. So if you guys have any good books that you think I should read that are PG rated, because I don't read things with curse words or anything like that. So let me know. I would love to add more to that list. And then the next thing here is restaurants to try in the city. I have about maybe 10 to 15 here. I did try South City Kitchen, which is awesome. I love South City Kitchen. We went probably about 7 years back for our anniversary, so I actually can cross that off my list. I just wanted to have it here because I remembered it and I just wrote it down. And so I have some other restaurants here that I want to try. And then, so what I'll do is I'll go online, find the restaurant, and then I'll write the stars that the person or whoever rated it put. And so that way I'll know, like, do I really want to try it, or, you know, can I try it another time, or just like, you know, what should I try first? And so that's what I've got here. Next list is I have trips to plan for my family. We want to plan a cabin trip with friends, which I think we're going to do this month. Addison's never been to Disney, so I definitely want to take her there. We have gone on a cruise, but we're supposed to go on another cruise next year. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to do a Disney cruise. I want to go to the Bahamas. There's so many things that I want to do. So I'm constantly writing down things on these lists here. I love making lists. Next one is date night ideas. I have picnic in the park, hiking, a staycation in the city, which you all know I have done that recently. I've never done paint with a twist. I would love to do that. And then I just found some other things online that I've never done that I would love to do. And then last thing is classes to take. So I definitely want to take a photography class. I love photography. I do also want to take a video class and like a video editing class. My son also wants to do the same. So I haven't wrote that on this list, but I need to. An art class and a sewing class. So that's all the list that I have in my personal section. And this is some of that gold foil paper. I just keep it here for inspiration because it's just so pretty. So this is the paper that I want to start writing some of this stuff down on, if I ever do. I don't know if I ever will. So I just got 2 sheets of that in here. My next section is my business section. And so what I did, I talked about it in my setup video, is these tabs here had months on them because these actually came from the neutral planner I just purchased. It was like some months that I wasn't using, and I wanted to keep everything cohesive. Same with this, and that's why I had to put this paper on the back, because these are actually monthly dividers. And so that's what I did. And so I just found, or I printed a sticker from, you know, I have a shop, so of course I make stickers, and so I was easily able to make these labels here that went right on top of the months, so now you don't know that they ever were months. And again, I did that because I wanted everything to stay cohesive with this whole neutral thing. And so really the only tabs here that are colorful is this April and then my wellness. Otherwise everything else is pretty neutral, and so I like having that. All right, so again, we're going to business. And within my business section, I love making these project pages right here. I just take a sticker from the Happy Planner booklet. I think it's probably productivity. And then I wrote down the video and then the date I wanted to do it, and then all the supplies that I needed for the video. And so I did that for a few of the videos, which I haven't done this Family Command Center. I'm doing that on Friday of this week. But I did already pick up all the supplies and everything. I wanted to do this. Haven't got a chance to do that yet. That's why you see the due date was January. I did do my wood pantry shelves for my pantry, so I'm happy that I at least could say I did one thing. So that's what I've got here. And then the next thing is, I posted this on my Instagram recently. I love these project pages from Happy Planner. And so I think I'm going to continue to use them the same way, which is in-depth video planning. And so this is for a freezer meals video that I have coming up this week. So it's a video prep and plan. And so what I did here is I just wrote a little snippet about what this page is for. And then I wrote down all of the 4 recipes I'm going to do a freezer meal on, and then all of the items I need for the and then I wrote down all of the ingredients that I'm going to need to pick up from the grocery store, and then I wrote down my action steps in order of what I need to do, and then also the due date, which is going to be the same for all of these steps. So I absolutely love these, and I do agree with planning with Kristen. She kind of gave me the inspiration for this. I wish that there was a way to have this way, because I'm not going to flip to the back like this Like, I like having it on the front like this. And I think that's what her complaint was as well. And I think what she did was just punch this side and then flip it over. So it would have been nice if they printed it the opposite way or something. I don't know. I guess maybe it would have been too complicated. So I'll probably do the same thing she did, which is just punch this side and then flip it. And then that way I can see it on the front page like this. So that's what that is. And then next is my YouTube ideas. I love keeping a running list of ideas that I want to do, and I keep them broken down by like planning, business videos. I haven't done that many business videos on my channel. So if you guys want to see more business videos, I do have 2 Shopify stores, one for my party supplies and one for my planner supplies and stickers. So if you guys want to see more business videos, then of course put a comment down below and let me know if that's something you're interested in. So I've got some ideas here, and also for home organization, DIY, and cooking videos. So I don't always keep up with this list. I do need to write on it a little bit more. A lot of times what I do is just during my planning process for the week, like you see here, I'll just come up with them on the fly. I know I at least want to do 1 to 2 plan with me's during the week, and then I try to do other stuff too that I think you guys will be interested in. Sometimes I don't always pull from this list. I just kind of come up with it prior to the week. So yeah, anyways, just side note. And then next thing I got is keywords for YouTube. I'm constantly trying to make sure that I'm keeping up with the trends and the keywords and using the right keywords. So I have them broken down as well by planning, cooking, DIY. So that's what that is. And then we've got more of this paper here just to kind of keep just in case I need it. Again, here's the wellness. I hadn't been using it that much. I used it a couple of times and then I don't know what happened. I fell off the wagon. And so I'm trying to incorporate it a little bit more in my planning. And so I'm going to go ahead and plan this one out for April. So I'll probably do a video on my channel. And so we're going to be using it for wellness. So I'm going to try to journal in the top boxes here. Then I'm going to try to use this for my workout and meal plan. And then I'm going to use here to just maybe write a quote or something. I'm not sure quite yet how exactly I'm going to use this, but I'm not only just going to use it for fitness like I was before. So of course I'll take you along on that journey as well once I really get it, figure it out how I want to use it. So that's the end of wellness, and that is the end of goals. So next we come to do. So these are going to be all of my to-do list. These next 4 sections here aren't all in the to-do list section, but I did get this from the Home Management Expansion Pack from Happy Planner, which I absolutely love. I normally really pretty much only use the divider headers to stick stuff in, like printables and stuff like that. But I think I am using the to-do list. Yeah, I am using the to-do list. This did come with it. But some of the other stuff, as you'll see later, didn't. So this is my to-do list, and it's just a running list of stuff I want to do around the house and stuff. So kind of like a brain dump. And then we've also got, I used to have a home section. Well, not a home section. I used to have a family tab. I used to have a side tab that said family, but I didn't have enough tabs. Or didn't have enough dividers. So what I did is I just stuck some of this stuff in to-do list. But maybe eventually I'll put it in home, because really this may more so pertain to home. But this is just a list of things for Malachi. He was on a vitamin regimen, so this was like the stuff he needed to take for that. And then just to-dos, stuff I need to remember for just him specifically. And then this is Addison's. And so I already signed up for ballet, so that's good. And then I already bought this book, Learn to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I bought her some earrings so I could check some of this stuff off. So that's awesome. Yeah, so I like having these lists for the kids. And then more home projects, which I probably can just transfer onto the to-do list. So we'll see how that works out. Family outings to plan, and then things to do with a toddler. So all of that is in my to-do list section. And next we come to home. And within my home section is first my meal planning section. The first thing you'll see is freezer meals here. I do have a beef stew in the freezer right now that I'm not going to eat this week because I'm doing some other things. But freezer meals last forever, so I'm not really too concerned about putting this to use. But I like to write down the freezer meals that I have in my freezer, so that way I can just easily come to that list and look and see what I want to cook for that week. And then I also have foods to always have on hand, which I'm trying to add to this because this isn't it. I just haven't quite added more to this list. And then I had a keto smoothie here, which I really enjoyed, and I just wanted to keep it there. I also have a list of power foods like greens, beans, onions, berries, and seeds that I want to make sure I keep on hand and constantly give my family so that we can stay healthy. And then next is foods to keep on hand. which I probably can transfer this stuff onto this. This is a printable for my shop as well as this. So I'm in the process of transferring these pages here onto these pages. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So that's what that is. And then this did actually come with the Happy Planner within the meal planning section. There is a grocery list and then a weekly meal planner. But I don't use these. I just like having them here just in case I decide to use them later. But I really don't use these. I use, for my meal planning, I use this insert here, which you have seen a trillion times, from Happy Planner, the weekly meal planner, and then I write out all of the meals we're gonna have for the week, and then on the back here is the grocery list. And so that's why I don't have to use this, because I'm using a more simplified method. So that's it for the meal planner. And so now we come to the actual recipe planning. And so what I do with my recipe planning, I am going to do a video this week on doing some actual recipe planning. I haven't done a video in a while, so I'm going to plan out some recipes for you and show you how I decorate my pages. But what I do is I put a few sheets of these in here at the beginning of the week, unless they're old recipes, which I just pull from my recipe planner and put in here. And so this always contains all of the recipes that I'm going to cook for the week. And so right now they're blank because the recipes that I just showed you on that page in my weekly, they're all new recipes. And so that's why I'm going to do a video. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to plan them out. So I always keep them here, so they're either going to be blank and ready to be planned for, or they're going to be already planned for and just need to be cooked. And so that's what I keep here in this recipes section. And then next is my house cleaning section. I do have a cleaning challenge, which I'm going to be doing for spring cleaning. And I got this from cleanmama.com. And so this didn't come with the planner, of course. I downloaded and printed that out, but this did come with it. And I don't quite use this that often either, but I like just having it here for reference. And so this is the only thing that I have in the cleaning section. And I am working on creating a full cleaning printable set. So if you're interested in that, then leave me a comment below and let me know if that's something that I should spend my time on to create for you all. And I'm not sure if I'm going to offer it as a freebie yet or what I'm going to do, but I'm just thinking that I would love to have a whole set, maybe like 10 pages of like a cleaning regimen. And so so that's what I'm working on. So next is my budget section. And this tab did come with the Happy Planner, and I like having it here because it says specifically budget and it just matches with everything else here. And so I like having this budget one here as well. And within that, I just got my April ready to be planned for. And what I decided I'm going to do with my budget planning going forward is I'm only going to plan for my shop stuff and like my spending money. So I have 2 shops, like I said. And then so what happens is some of the money goes into PayPal. Most of the time it's about half of it. And that's what I use as my spending money to just spend on whatever I want to spend it on. And then the other half that goes that comes from those shops goes into our bank account, and we use that for bills and stuff like that. So we use a spreadsheet from Excel or Google Sheets to do that budgeting, our family budgeting. But I'm gonna start using this just to do my personal spending and my my personal budget, just for half of that money that comes in from my shop. And that way I can kind of see what I'm spending, because I don't know, it's getting out of control. I'm buying a lot of planner stuff, so I need to curb that and just kind of pace myself a little bit more, so my little spending money is not gone like halfway through the month. So that's what I'm planning on doing here. I used to do the whole budget here, but we've got this nice spreadsheet, which is awesome. It's very detailed, and that's working out really well for us. So that is it. Pretty much I just got 2 stickers here for the budget planner, and then my last tab here is this and that, and I just keep some blank loose paper in here, so that way if I just need to write something randomly I can write it down. And then I had this check it off little bookmark here that you use to write in the lines, which I love. I use that a lot for my faith planning. And of course we've got our little pen holder loop, and that is it, guys. That's all that is in this planner. I know you guys have been wanting a walkthrough, a flip through of it, so I decided to do that today. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions on anything I used in this planner setup, please let me know. You know, I'm always willing to let you know anything that I know, which isn't much. And so I just thought I'd do a quick flip through today. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and will give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. So thanks guys so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time.